this video is not about just how many times you drill. You don't have to do it with us. The syllabus on what you probably should work on is going to be given to you in a file, or I'll put it on this video in the beginning. But we're not going to do the numbers with you, but I want you to know what to watch out for and how to train well. And then if you have brothers or sisters, that's great. Have them check. Who trains with you. Otherwise, you can have your mom or dad look at you as well. And I'm going to take it one step back to make sure that we know from beginning to the end of how it should work. Having said that, of course, there's not just one way of training, right? When you just say one punch, it could be, there could be like 5 or 6 or 7 different ways of training, not one fits all. Depending on, are you punching harder? Are you trying to increase speed? Are you trying to make a form right? Is it your elbow that's going on? I mean, there's so many different things. So don't take this as the only solution and only training method, but I want to get started. Okay, so I want to go through most common mistakes, especially the moms and dads, and the people who can check, or maybe you can record yourself. Here's how you check, right? First of all, a lot of karate, unlike many other sports, is heavy use of inner muscle. So in the beginning, people try to push more than they pull, but in reality, there's a lot of pulling feeling that you need to experience. Okay, what does that mean? You have outer muscle and you have inner muscle. And then people tend to use outer muscle where you see elbows are out, and then, something like this, almost like a gorilla, right? Or orangutan or something like that. And you don't want to do that. But, even if you understand that and you try, your body sometimes doesn't work in a way that you think it's moving. So let's check for some of the bad habits, right? One of the main problems with Tsuki is that you need to really focus punching the target between the large and middle knuckle, right? And then if you look at it from the top, a lot of the beginners, the people whose elbows sticking out, sometimes you see something like this if I exaggerate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So shoulders are out, elbows are out, and it's just that it's not effective. It's bad for the wrist. It's not going to be effective when you punch. So we need to fix this. So the first exercise you should try is a hammer. Okay? So when you use a hammer, you use your wrist, and then you go pow, pow, pow this way. Okay? And then when you swing, you're of course exaggerating. But when you look at it, after you swing something, the hammer, your first 2 knuckles, right, their knuckles are pointing out more. Whereas what you don't want is your pinky side of knuckles sticking out. So feeling like you're swinging the hammer this way. Okay? Of course, now when you make it into horizontal way, right, feeling like this. Now you don't want to get into the habit of swinging this way because obviously you're punching this way, but only the wrist, not the elbow. But I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now what's too much and what's not enough? Essentially, if you look at, if you can draw a line from right in the middle of the 2 knuckles, from inside the arm all the way to where the shoulder joint is, the armpit, right here, if you can feel one line like that, that's a good sign. If you do too much, our body really isn't designed to go too much anyway. So if you start twisting too much, you're going to feel a lot of pain outside. You're going to probably feel a lot of pain on the pinky. So just a real light this way, right? And then and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Other side of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you feel a little snap like this. Right? If you can, that's good. Okay? And then feel which fingers are tensing at what point to create this snap. Okay? Alright, next. What we want to do is also, when you pull, the punching side is this way, right? There's a lot more to it. It's okay, we're going to focus just on the wrist snap for now. So when you punch, we all know the basics of the basics. And when you punch, and right when you turn, I want you to swing your wrist like you did with the hammer, so it becomes like this. And then when you do it right, you also feel this elbow snapping backwards, because that's how it works, right? When you snap this way, right, your elbow goes up. When you try to stick the pinky out, your elbow bends. That's how our body is designed. So if you snap with the hammer snap when you punch, you'll feel this elbow snapping inward as well. And that promotes our inner muscle to work. Right? Now pull back side, hikite. Hikite side, right, is somewhat similar. What we want to do though in this case, similar, right? Basically you swung the hammer this way. And you want to feel that right at when you pull. Okay? So I'm going to swing, 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 swing. So swing your hammer this way. A little bit, right? With that twist, you feel this type of swing in the wrist. And you also notice as you turn and you snap, your elbow probably won't stick out like this. Same logic as earlier. If you swing something this way, your elbow is made to snap in. It's not going to snap out like this. Otherwise, people will be swinging your hammer like this, right? So our body is designed that way. So, punching side is swinging this way, right? Pulling side, first, just this way. Almost like if I exaggerated. Almost like this, but of course don't have the rotation, just pull, just the wrist, just the wrist. Initiate from the wrist, and then when you do them together, it'll be like this. Both sides, this I feel my elbow snapping in, and my other elbow snapping in as well. Okay?